About 2 hours west of Calgary, deep into the foothills but not in the mountains. Driving home from hiking trip with buddies, me, 2 guys and 2 other girls. About 1 a.m. Car makes an unpleasant sound. Dat clutch burning smell though. Poor old Subaru gets sluggish going up a hill, then cuts out just at the top. Put the park brake on, we just sit in the car planning how to get home. We all just sit and chat while waiting for our ride, they're about 2 hours away. It actually became pretty relaxing. We were all tired, had a great day, and we just sat in the car debriefing, spending some quality time. Half hour later, 1.5 hours left on the stranded clock, a rusty red pickup pulls over behind us. Dat feel when I'm pretty afraid of hicks. They walk up to our window, see if we need help or anything. One of them is clearly hammered, but I don't think he was the driver. Blah blah hiking trip blah blew a clutch blah blah tell them the story so far. The drunk one stumbles about the whole time, so it was very noticeable when he suddenly stopped. In the light from my car's interior I could see him dumbstruck, pupils fully dilated, staring into the ditch. After a few seconds of silence, we all look around to figure out what he's staring at. Atmosphere becomes tense, everyone starts freaking out a bit. WOOOOOOOOP. Police car snuck up on us, scared the shit out of everyone with the siren. 2 RCMP dudes get out, sweating buckets and in full battle regalia. One of them pants something unintelligible. The other remains composed, asks the standard is there a problem here? Have any of you been drinking, etc. I ask why one Colombian peso is freaking out. He thinks he saw something. I explain how drunk Imgridnek was saw something too. Cop 2 flinches, almost reaches for his gun. Super serious where was it? It? I ask what's going on. Cop 2 leans in and whispers, trying not to scare anyone, we believe someone armed and dangerous has made their way out here. Cop 2, half whispering, what I'm gonna do is send these other guys on their way, but since you're stuck it's best if the constable and I stay here until your ride arrives. Cop 2, announcing, alright, you good old boys can make your way home, and the constable and I are going to stay with you campers until your ride is here. No telling what you might run into this late at night. One Colombian peso is silent, peering into the trees, hand near something on his belt. 2 Colombian pesos trying to keep control of the situation, but 1 Colombian peso is kinda freaking everyone out. Stranded clock, 1 hour 15 minutes remaining. Cops take a sidebar, hushed and frantic whispers. My friends and I are all silent, everyone but, let's call her Kate, is more confused than scared. Kate is just plain fucking scared. Anon we have to go now. We have to leave. Dude, calm down. We're not going anywhere without a working vehicle, we'll just wait for friend with van to get here. Mob psychology, Kate's starting to freak everyone out. Let's call him Robbie, I'm starting to get a little freaked out. Me, shut up. 2 Colombian pesos is back, taps on window. Holy fuck jump scare everyone screams a little. Cop 2, suddenly seeming a little afraid, listen, I don't want anyone to freak out, but something's come up. Stay in the vehicle and keep your windows up. It is very important that you stay put. No one leaves the car until I say so. You're about to see a lot more police officers show up, don't be alarmed over it. Or don't get more alarmed. His radio cuts in. Unit 3 by the creek it's got terrified screams help. Send help. We're all silent for a second as the walkie-talkie cuts out. More cops are just showing up, asking questions like it's near here right? What just happened by the creek? Pain screams become audible. Louder, closer, more frantic by the second. After a minute and a half of the most palpable tension I've ever experienced, of Kate and, let's call her N, sobbing in the back, and of a half dozen cops frantically radioing, The screams are very near us. A cop darts out of the trees, screaming at the top of his lungs. It took him. It took him. The cop whips out his gun and, as he clambers behind a cop car, starts shooting into the trees. The guns are out. Pistols, shotguns, rifles, everything. Sounds like the Battle of Vimy Ridge out here. All screaming and incessant gunshots. The cops are in full panic mode, wasting ammo like something you don't even see in the movies. Something wails horribly, louder than the gunshots. Here I hit the fucker muffled by the sounds of gunpowder. They stop after a few more seconds. Everyone in the car slowly starts to unduck, but 2 Colombian pesos yells stay down. Another horrible wail. All of the cops are silent. I hear a few weapons hit the ground. I look up, all of the cops are gawking at something in the air over the ditch, illuminated in the searchlight. It's long, thin, and wrinkly. It's human-shaped, but with no clothing, no facial features, no genitals. Just tough, wrinkly skin, covered in infections and pustules, draped over a big, vaguely human-shaped frame. And it's just floating there. Just levitating, about 20 feet off the ground, almost doing that ballerina pose that Superman does when he floats. It had no eyes, but I could feel it staring. I woman out, start sobbing quietly. I can feel it focusing on me. Bang. One last shot and it wails some more, and flies away. It was another 45 minutes before our ride showed up. We were all huddled down in my car the entire time. The cops didn't seem afraid anymore. They seemed dejected, like they had failed. They all stood around silently, looking down into their thermoses as they stripped of their body armor and drove off, one car at a time. When our ride showed up, one last car was sitting there behind us. Cops 1 and 2 from before got out and talked to friend with van before letting him see us. Those guys looked pretty scared. They told me not to ask you what happened. If something's scaring the heavily armed dudes that much, maybe I won't ask. And that was the end of it. We rode home in silence, almost afraid to make eye contact, as if the slightest communication would make what just happened even more real. We still go hiking sometimes, but we never talk about that, and we never wait too long to hit the road.